the feelings that we're already having is just negativity on top of negativity on top of negativity. People in those situations need positive affirmations that they can get out and that they can get out safely. Fear of her abuser doing something to get her. Report to welfare. Call her workplace. Call the probation officer. Blah, 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 you know. Unable to use resources because of how they are provided. Language, disability, homophobic. Time to need a plan and prepare to leave. It's usually always too late. The emotional factors. Insecurity about being alone. On her own, she's afraid she can't cope with the home and the children by herself. A lot of the most strongest women are those of the women raising children and doing it by themselves. I did it. I don't know how the hell I did it now looking back. I don't know how the hell I did it, but I did it. I raised my children. And I, like, looking back, I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did their school, like getting up in the morning and doing all those simple little things is just, it adds up so quickly, and like sometimes it would leave people exhausted, but when you're forced to do it, it's your life. You don't know any other life. It's, you know, like that's what you do. It's your life. That's all you know. So you just do it. Loyalty. He's sick, and if he had a broken leg or cancer, I would stay. This is no different. You can break your loyalty for reasons like that. Pity. He's often worse off than she feels sorry for him. Wanting to help. Oh God, the fixer. Not everybody you can fix, and like it makes me think back to Aaron Carter. Like, you know, some people you just can't fix. Even like your heart wants to go out to them, you know, because they've dealt with their own abuse. It's a cycle. It's a situational situation. If the abuse is coming back to you, get out. Get out. If the abuse is coming back to you, and the excuse is always going back to them, they're always the victim. You're the abused, but they're always the victim. Get out. Run as fast as you can away from them, and don't ever look back, because they're always going to be the victim. They're always seeing things from the abused point of view, and it's just a cycle, and it's just going to keep going around in circles, and soon your head is just going to be spinning, because you're just going to be caught up in this cycle, and it's just so exhausting that you get tired and you don't know how the frig you're going to get out anyways. So denial, it's often really, it's not that bad. Other people have it worse. Denials. Love, you know, you love them. You want to give your love, you know, you want to love the person. You feel like those things go so good together. Loyalty, pity, you want to help them. The fear that they will commit suicide because they've told you 100 friggin' times, if you leave me, I'm done. I'm over it. I can't go on without you. Or that, you know, like, there's just, like, the sickness is so... Once your eyes are open, your eyes are wide open. You can't close your eyes back again. Once you can see, you're awake. And you can't unsee the shit ever again. Never. It's so magical. Once you see the light, oh man, it's magical. Love. Quite often, the abuser is quite loving and lovable when he's not being abusive. You know, he abuses you and then buy you flowers. Abuse you and then buy you lingerie. Abuse you and buy you a necklace. Like, oh, I promise you it'll never happen again. I love you. It's never gonna happen again. And you don't understand why it always frigging happens again. Why does it always happen again? Is it me? No. No, it's not you. It's not you. So don't ever feel like it's you. Love again, especially during the honeymoon stages, because you want to go back. You want back what you had. You always feel like, oh, if I could just make this choice, then it'll go back to being like it was before. Once it's gotten to the abusive stage, it's never going back. You're never going to backpedal to the way that it was before. There's never. shame and humiliation in front of the community. I don't want everyone else to know. I bet you everybody in your community would rather them know that you were abused than go to your funeral for any other reason. Shame is, it's unfounded shame. And it'll dissipate and it'll be replaced by empowerment, I promise. Unfounded optimism that the abuser will change. Unfounded optimism that things will get better despite all the evidence to the contrary. Learned hopelessness, trying every possible method to change something different in our environment, but with no success, so that we'll eventually expect to fail, feeling hopelessness or feeling helpless to a logical response, to constant resistance to our efforts. False hope. He's starting to do things I was asking. He's going to counseling, anger management. He's changing, like, oh, we'll have a baby. Maybe the baby will change. No. Babies do not change it. Babies make things worse, because not only do you have yourself then to look after and look out for, you have a friggin' baby then that you have to look out for and take care of, on top of the baby that you're already taking care of, which is the abuser. Guilt. She believes that the violence is caused through some inadequacy of her own. She's often told this. Feels though she deserves it for failing. Responsibility. She feels as though she only needs to meet some of the vague expectations in order to earn the abuser's approval. Insecurity over a potential independence and lack emotional support. Guilt about failure of the marriage and the relationship. It's your fault our fucking relationship is not working, you stupid bitch, whore, slut, cunt. It's so... Insecurity over potential independences and lack of emotional support. Guilt about the failure of the marriage. Demolished self-esteem. I thought I was too fat, stupid, ugly, whatever. Reason he's been calling her to leave. Simple exhaustion, Maybe you just had a baby. Maybe your family was just there for a week and you just, you're freaking tired. You're just too tired and worn out to leave. That's seriously, and that's probably why it's the one closest to the end. They wear you down. They wear you down. Personal beliefs. Parenting, you need a partner for your kid. Religious and extended pressure. You want to keep your family together. We're doing it for the kids, man. We're going to do it for the kids. Duty. I swore to stay married till death do us part. Responsibility. It's up to me to work things out and to save our family, to save our relationship. Belief in the dream of growing up and living happily ever after. Oh, the white picket fence. Man, I wanted to just have a family and a white picket fence for so long. I got the picket fence. It was a brown picket fence, but it never changed anything. Identity. Women are raised to feel they need a partner in order to feel complete and accepted. Grow up, have a baby, raise a family, get a husband, we're told that from very, very little. And it's not, not everybody is complete with those things. Sometimes you need to be complete just being who you are on yourself, on your own. I'm happy, I'm satisfied, I'm complete, I'm whole, not like, oh, I found this other person, I completed me. No, you need to feel complete on your own with who you are, your own identity. Then and only then can you work towards complementing somebody else and their wholeness, their identity. You guys complement each other. You don't complete each other. That is codependence. It's not healthy. Belief that marriage is forever. Belief that violence is the way all partners relate. Religious and cultural beliefs. Nobody has the right to lay a finger on you in any other emotion but love. A slap, a punch, a kick, a bite, it's abuse. If somebody calls you down and, tells you that you're a stupid bitch, if they say that you're good for nothing, I should have left you on the street where I fucking found you. There's so many forms of abuse. There's so many ways to kick a person when they're down. And it's not the way a relationship is supposed to be. A person and a person come together to complement each other. Then they can join and be united and still complement one another. Be the better half, or be, it's when you take that term out of context, you're allowing yourself the opportunity to be taken over. You're allowing yourself the ability to allow another person to change you and mold you into who they want you to be, not who you are, strong as an independent person. That is where I think a lot of people get things wrong. Anyways, I'm going to end my video here. That was just one small thing on, that was just why women stay. I have so many more things, like no more relationship abuse. What is a good relationship anyways? And this is a questionnaire. Dating violence and how to recognize it. I'd really like to get into this one in the next video that I make of this. I am going to continue on with this. I'm going to stop and I'm going to read this poem at the very end. Words are only solid when you mean what you say. Otherwise, they're only sounds that just get in the way. Don't say you love me dearly, then strike me with a blow. Don't use me as the outlet for the punches that you throw. I know you will be sorry, as you've always been before, and promise me, as always, you won't hurt me anymore. I have become the victim, and you, my cause for pain, a lesson learned the hard way. I won't walk this way again. I know this isn't normal, and too late for change, I fear. It's time to say goodbye to pain and do away with tear. Open wounds take time to heal, my broken heart will mend. I have reached a turning point. It's time for this to end. And that's RVJ Fitzpatrick, page 19. So I'm going to end it there and go back to the Family Annihilator. So thanks guys for coming and hanging out with me. This was part 1 on domestic violence. So I hope you guys liked it. And I will be making more on these because I feel like not enough is being said about this topic, especially, like a topic of abuse and the cycle of abuse. And I've been watching a lot of Aaron Carter and Chris Watts videos, and I just felt compelled to make this. So with that, I will say goodbye. And I'll end it with going back to this guy right here. The Family Annihilator. So, love you guys, and I will see ya in my next video. Ciao, bye.